Good afternoon. Approaching the evening, ladies and gentlemen, I am Lorca Murray, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this fantastic open group game at EUCF 2021. I am joined by the wonderful, the wild, and the incredibly Italian Gioppo, Giovanni Santucci. How are you, Gioppo? Yes, German-style teams, a lot of running. They like working those unders. Huge layout bid. Very interesting thing about these two teams coming so far, I would say MUC are having the exact type of tournament they want to have, which included a fantastic comeback against Ranelagh earlier on that they finished their game on a 6-1 run to win that. Forward, the opposite. So to see them come out here and show this fire early on, very encouraging. Big time layouts, huge start to this game as the Germanic tribes go back to war, and isn't that where they're most comfortable? A long and fractured history, a smooth shot to the end zone, battling it out, well taken down, big box, strong body, and then doesn't go for the easy pop. I like that patience on the front of the end zone, takes the second one. A bit of a spring to the MOOC side. So, because Munich Ultimate Club, which is what MOOC stands for, have been going from strength to strength over the past few years, slowly building up, making themselves from a team you kind of walk through at the qualifiers to a team that you got to be careful of at the qualifiers to a team that qualifies. And now, having a dream start to the tournament, really, for themselves, playing quite well. So it'll be interesting to see how they can continue to build on it. Also very interesting, so you Bologna boys, you're really spreading out across Europe, eh? They have been going from strength to strength. Huge shot out of forward, and this is the kind of flashy, smooth and confident offense I would expect from Austria's finest. Today, enjoying a Thursday full of Ultimate, which is a rarity in this life, but certainly one that we will celebrate and try to make the most out of. 1-1 forward showing that they can put it just as well. We've seen some intense defenses and some fantastic layout blocks already. A lot of action in the first 2 points of this game. So now MOOC. Chapo, you mentioned earlier that because MOOC have already qualified, you think they're going to try and use the extremities of their squad more in this round.
I don't know about that, but for sure they're not risky to play some of their best players.
I believe so, yeah. Especially when you got 3 more days to go. The power pools will kick in tomorrow, and you want to be in as commanding a position as you can in those situations. You certainly want to avoid dropping an early game in case that would throw you off. Although adversity does make people stronger. Iron sharpens iron, as they say. Lovely play down the field. We know. As MOOC continue to work down the line. Lots of pressure. coming from forward, not giving it up easy, but Wook are willing to put the work in, spreading it out wide. With Wagner back into the middle. Comfortably taken by Mayhofer. He's looking for Wagner again. He gets it to him. Oh. Smooth, clean, enjoying themselves. Grazzini, the Italian import. And would you have preferred they jam that in? As Mook continue swinging it around, smooth, confident, relaxed. Wagner looking at his options. This is good defense by forward, but it's not great end zone offense by Mook. They seem to be dedicated to this one-on-one isolation.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I think German teams can be a bit too squared and they go too much horizontal and they look for the clean pass, even though sometimes, you know, you have to risk it all.
Sometimes you just got to get dirty with it. Mess around. Ooh. Oh, there's the fake, dragging it forward. Wegmans gets it all the way across.
Ooh, and
Mayhofer pops it in.
Catch.
Wagner with the score.
Yeah. Wagner playing pretty well this point.
He's very important to them from what I've seen earlier on. I was watching a lot of their Ranelagh game, and he was a big part of their comeback. So was Grazzini, in fairness to him. It's a promising side that Munich have, and they put together some strength to really make what's probably going to be their most impressive push so far at this level.
For sure. They want to give it all. And yeah, they don't look there just resting any good player. I mean, this is a good D-line.
That's a big, proper D-line from Mook. A lot of talismans out there.
Yeah, we see also Brett Schneider, number 45, who was playing with Franken a few years ago. And I guess now he's playing with Mook. Either he moved to town or he just wanted to get more serious.
Well, that is Frankenfurt, you mean? The guys with the Frankenstein for the logo?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Franken,
because they come from the Franken area of Germany. The one supposed to be the Mary Shelley book about. So.
Well, that one just a little bit too far.
Yeah.
I like the athletic bid from Jan Novak, but it doesn't work out for them as now Mook looks to capitalize quickly.
Wind is
There's
picking
that
up.
man, Brett GER.
Wind is picking up from our watcher from home. So we may see some more errors.
Remy gets the quick pop.
Nice save.
Nice athletic play by Van Mieskweitz. Back to Remy.
Again.
Open side. There's the clean open throw that all German teams are looking for. That square approach you were talking about earlier. Remy again.
Sure.
This is good work between him and Brett Schneider. Remy.
Forward, I have to close the. Foul call. You throw it anyway? I mean.
Try to throw through it, I suppose.
Yeah.
It was a bit peculiar to be that far off target.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, forward has to block the open side, I guess. Because they're not stopping the give and go, the easy one. Stalling.
Yeah, Remy is just passing and going straight away.
Yeah, they're trying to close him, but looks like it just can't stop him.
Great break. That's not an easy thing to pull off.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing, and also it's a good type of break because, you know, the offense made a mistake super early in the point, and you just have to put it in. And just 10 meters from the end zone, so it's still tough. I can tell by experience that converting a point from the D-line in front of the end zone is always tough.
It's a big challenge.
D-line tend to be
hookers.
Chaotic. They bring havoc in a small place like the end zone.
As someone who, when they did played as a D-line handler, yeah, chaos is exactly what we're looking for.
Yes.
It's a great time.
You want to make the offense run. It's just
get that turnover. There was always that moment when, especially later in games, you get the turnover and you go, oh no, now I have to run.
Yes.
I have to initiate the running. So it's one thing to chase someone, but it's another to initiate the running.
Yeah, but you always chase something with disc. So
no, very true, very true.
I think
see, this is why this is Chopo's experience at the highest level. European champion, Giovanni Santucci, I should say.
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course,
Hope to make a back-to-back.
Hope to retain?
Yeah, sure.
Why not? I think a lot of the fans at home are hoping that now that you've cracked the veneer of Clapham's dominance, maybe a few other clubs could sneak in there and we could have a slightly more diverse retinue of champions. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, we can feel the love, obviously, but also we can obviously feel the hate, let's say this, for the last winner.
Yep.
You know, the one who wins is always the most hated.
Everybody's coming for you.
Yeah.
Which is hard to be hated more than Clapham.
Well, I'm going to say no comment on this.
Rice with another amazing shot to the end zone.
What a shot.
He can just gun those babies. I think that was Florian Bayer on the other end collecting it. Really great boxing out. But Rice.
Yeah, number 11.
He's Jan Novak. Jan Novak.
With a big run and a good positioning. Good eye.
Really smart positioning. He let the disc go over his head but didn't let the man come around him. Because I'm always skeptical of people who let the disc go over their head because I'm convinced it picks up speed as it does it.
Yeah, and always the difference being behind you. If you wait for the disc on your head, it means it's in front of the defender so you can have a shot at it. So it's tough. Thanks for the hawk that brought the attention to the game and not to...
Talking about, we won't talk about two contentious things, as we have quite a contentious matchup here.
Yeah.
Forward of Austria going up against Munich
3-2
of Germany. 3-2, keeping it close. Forward have really found themselves as they played their way into this tournament, which you see a lot. Teams getting better, moving up.
Yeah, I can tell that the European programs are getting better because the organizations are getting better. So, you know, in between schools and afternoon sports program, Ultimate is actually growing, not only, as we know, in Italy, but France, Germany, England, they have huge program, you know, in 2000.
Big youth movements, yeah.
In 2019, there was the first World High School Championship in France in Le Mans.
Really?
Yeah, I brought the kid from a high school from Bologna. I think.
High school championships?
Yeah, I think.
Were these European or worlds? Like Americans,
worlds,
Canadians came?
Not the Americans, not the Canadians, but the Colombian came.
Oh, they love to play Ultimate over here. We love to have them too.
Juniors are fierce.
I'm yet to meet a calm Colombian, one who isn't fierce in fairness.
Yes.
But they are lovely as well. As
today we were talking about the grit of the Colombian when we were down with catchers.
And how they always find some passion to fight back.
Yeah.
Is Grazzini trying to show a bit of that passion now to Mook?
Always getting free. Oh, good defense. Oof.
And a high release flick on the inside break. I mean, it's risky, but you know that's the kind of business we like.
Look how they clean the field. Ooh.
That's a great shot from Naumov. And a better grab.
Amazing.
I think he's showing off for you, Choppo.
And let's bow down. Yes, Mickey.
That's Grazzini with the phenomenal snag.
Yes. He was a good kid. I coached him in 2018. He got a bone broken, so he didn't play the tournament. But he's a super smart handler. Seeing the teammates congratulating him for the good catch.
It was a tasty catch.
Yeah.
It was an out pluck.
Even tastier the high release.
Very true. Very true. I don't know how I feel. I mean, I know I love it. But if I was on his team, I'm like, I don't know what you're getting out of those situations with that throw on the regular. That's not right.
Yeah, I think I'm not allowed to throw that games.
Right.
And I'm one of the captains, so.
You're one of the captains, like, Choppo, no.
No, I can do high releases.
It is quite a versatile break and something that really came onto the sport about 10 years ago. It's the high releasing over people's shoulders.
Yeah.
You'll see, like, there's quite a few people on cusp who do it with, say, the left-hand backhand right over the shoulder, and then it carries you into the next move.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's actually going back to fundamentals. You know, the weaker spot are just the hole in between the neck and between the armpits. So with a high release, quick hand, nobody can stop you.
When you get broken by a high release, it does feel particularly bad.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also what you want. It's a risk,
I suppose.
throw,
Yep,
so
you're right. They do have a lot of habit to hang. But that's
shamed.
what we're here for, gambling.
Yeah, you get shamed or you get the turnover. Ooh, nice catch.
Showing off his hip-hop ability.
Yeah, nice catch by Lil Zip.
Plays it down the line, waiting for Jan Novak. We've seen his throws already this game, and that's another assist.
Good stretch outside the lines of the pitch, and great break. round break.
I think Novak has assisted, if not all 3, then definitely at least 2 of the scores for forward so far.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Novak, really versatile thrower. Like you say, he's got the stretchy breaks, has the deep shots. But let's talk a little bit more about the man who made that great grab on the overthrow.
Yeah, this is a kid from forward. It's called Zippo, but he's known as Lil Zip because we heard from friends that he wanted to start a trap career, an hip-hop trap career. So
Hip-hop trap. Now, just to explain to people, what is trap music?
trap music, I think it's the peculiar hip-hop trend that it's getting in the last years with the high charlestons always clashing on the back. That's the sound of the trap, I think. And Lil Zip wants to dive into that world.
Why not? I mean, it's a big, wide world, and you should be involved with as much of it as you can. It's one of the great things about coming to these tournaments, meeting people from all across Europe. I imagine there's few of them who are into trap music, but you never know.
Yeah, his real name is Nico Rap.
I mean, he's got rap in his name already, though. I mean, it just makes sense.
He's born for this.
As Mook.
Ooh, again to Mickey.
And Grazzini, I thought he was going to put that
Yeah,
one, especially when
I
you see
thought that
Jan
too.
Withrin going downfield.
Ooh.
That's Holzer. He puts
nice
it.
shot. Nice
Curving
shot.
in. Well taken in over the shoulder. Igor Naumov. That's an assist and a score for Naumov.
Well, yeah. I mean, quick points. Quick huck, quick points.
Quick points, but it's a high-intensity game. They are battling it out, especially after the first point, which had 2 layout Ds in it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they found themselves getting block under. So
What a reaction. That's what we, as broadcasters, want is the reaction. I see you're having difficulty with the unders. Have you tried boosting it?
yeah, I mean, now the problem for the defense will be, okay, if we leave the under, we can get break. If we leave the deep, no story. So they will have to find some way. I mean, the wind is picking up, so zone could be a little tricky.
We haven't seen a huge amount of zone. I saw some zone thrown by Rut on Goyota, which I honestly thought played into Goyota's hands, given the give-go style that mixed team from Tenerife likes to play.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting a lot more zone tomorrow, based off some weather forecasts.
I mean, Goyota are from Tenerife, so I think they're more comfortable even if there's no wind to play in the zone, because you know, an island in the ocean is also windy. But yeah, I guess more people expected a more windy day today. So yeah, we saw less zone, but yeah, as you said before, tomorrow is going to be a good day. Oof.
That was quite a good grab. For a second I thought it was going to go past Reese, but he got back under it.
Yeah, Sebastian Rice made the catch. Ooh.
A nice layout, but Dunshire.
Yeah, right in front of us.
Bit too far ahead.
Yeah,
So you see Smith with the disc, centers it to the middle.
I think he stopped running for a second and then picked it up again.
Fesenfield working with Smith.
Ooh,
There's so much of this. I don't love Mook's end zone offense. I get that they're going for like kind of a handler weave, maybe with the front of the stack coming off.
Too much horizontal.
Too much horizontal, exactly, is what I would say.
Look, it's working for them. Look.
It does work. So, you know, what do I know?
Yeah, I mean, you're close down the line, downwind, but if you can break the mark, that's your job.
That is a beautiful swing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then it goes back into the hands of Fessenfeld. He's kind of orchestrating this D-line offense right now.
Freeze this game.
We're wondering why Carter was so free.
I mean, look at them, man. They're so orderly line in a stack. I mean, that's a dream stack.
That's true. It's just it's not doing anything.
Ooh.
Lots of pressure. I think I'd have to give credit to David Doppelbauer for being able to step in there.
Pressure and the line. I think he missed. He thought that the line was way closer to him. Sebastian Carter with a good pressure.
It's tough when that sideline comes out of nowhere on you. Big swing by forward. Getting it down the line. Reese, we know he's got a cannon. He opts not to fire it this time.
He wanted to hug it. Now look.
And now he's got himself. The shot's available.
Nice
Zarula
shot.
speeds him.
No.
Slightly over the head, though.
Yeah, too bad. Mamma mia.
Do Italians actually say Mamma Mia?
Now, our watcher are happy. I said that. Now you can go on. Mamma mia. Yeah, it was a misread. I thought he could have catch that.
Tough throw to get a read on. It's Fessenfeld. Looking for options, waiting for somebody to come open. That is a brilliant downfield cut. It was looked off because he took too long to set it up, but it was very well done.
Ooh, stumbling on the pivot.
Almost too into it, really.
Look how good this tech is. They're really putting work in this offense.
It's very orderly.
No one is cutting other cuts. Just look for the dump and then the swing, I guess.
And you get one cut to beat your man. I would think a bit of poaching could really mess this kind of an offense up.
Yeah, forward needs to stop the open side. Maybe an FM defense.
Nice.
Like this.
So they're not so comfortable. Philip right on the end zone line. He
Look at
floats it
this.
out in front.
Ooh.
Beautiful catch by Frischof.
On the open side. That's quite something you can talk with your defense.
It's almost like a typewriter approach to offense. They just get all the way to the break side on that sideline and then slowly gain the yards, gain the yards, gain the yards until they're on the open sideline. Swing it back and go again. So after some deep shots and some big plays, opting instead to work the unders, work that horizontal style that is so familiar with the German offense. I always thought of them as being a nation of around breakers. You know the way you think of the Japanese offense of being a nation of inside breaks?
Same.
So you see the German. I love watching the Germans play the Japanese. I remember at Worlds watching a couple of matchups, like Bad Skid went up against one of the Japanese sides. It wasn't the Bullets because they weren't at that one.
But I think that the Japanese, first of all, look at the inside breaks. They always look, not the inside break, but the inside in the super narrow angle in the open side. They always look for that. So then when the soul count, they get this huge split legs break around, and it's
Crazy.
fantastic.
It's
fantastic
so good to
see.
watch.
And I guess the Japanese are a bit more gambler when it comes to do tricky stuff against German.
The Germans have a bit more of like a physical power to them.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
the Japanese
obviously.
be a bit lither.
Obviously. It's basically one of the things that Europeans and Americans apply against Japan is just physical pressure.
You have to. You have to. They're
But
so technically talented.
I mean, I think it's also like a misconcept that we think that Japanese are not that tall. But actually, I played against them, and
They're not small.
they're
Like
quite
certainly not
average,
of the best team.
quite
Yeah.
average. I mean, as an Italian, so not the tallest population, I can tell they're not that short against us. So
And the Irish are even shorter than the Italians. This is a celebration of European Ultimate as we see two central nations. We see Mook come out with his own for the first time in this game, and forward are taking their time, not trying to rush anything. Leon
this
Novitz is very experienced.
An old style four-man cup, almost.
I would say it looks to me more like an arrowhead with the 3 points at the front.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like it's
like a 3-3-1 almost.
Yeah, it's like the guys on the side of the pitch goes down when the disc is on his side and then goes up on the other side. But now we see them. Yeah, you see the 94.
So it just seems to me like
moving up and down.
Mitchen has been so free for so much at this point, but they've only just thrown it to them.
Yeah, and you know, as the great David Amori says, the more you pass the disc, the higher are the chances that the disc is going to go down.
What a wonderful approach.
Yeah, it's statistics.
It's true, yeah. The more throws you have, the more likely you are to misthrow one.
Yeah.
And the kind of zones that are built around that can be quite effective.
Around 24 passes is the goal of the defense. If they get more than 24 passes, it's a good defense.
That's quite a healthy way of looking at it, because a lot of times defenses can get quite down when they struggle to break teams. As we see Mitchen really going to work and starting to use that space. A throw and a go is so effective against this.
Look at the bigger picture.
Yeah. They transition a man.
Yeah, now he's man. I mean, the zone was working.
Now that is some kind of a scuba. Collected for the score. Wonderfully taken in by Philip Palais. And, well, if it was our man himself, Nico Rapotinik.
Little zip is going crazy.
There was a lot of zip on that one.
Yeah.
I might listen to some of his music if he's going to keep playing like this.
Oh, well, he deserves a chance to be listened.
I remember one time I heard a German rap song, and I loved it. It came on my Spotify list, like just, that was random playlist they give you. And I loved it, and I played it a bunch that week, and I never saved it. And then it left the list after the week, and I have not found it since. Because it's German, it's a rap song, I have no idea who wrote it, and I have no idea what it's called.
I did the same, but I saved it.
See, that's the mistake I made.
And the song is Guter Tag.
Oh, Guter Tag.
So shout out to
Good Attack.
Good Attack creator.
6-4. And it has
6-4,
felt
yeah.
like a breeze. It could be 1-0 right now, and I believe you. How quickly these teams are playing, how smooth they're playing. Some fantastic layout Ds. Forward there with a big-time layout after they gave it up against the zone and able to correct it. Little zip with the zippy scooper to the end zone.
I think that's one of the strong points of forward, is that strong aspect of forwards, that the O-line is pretty good at defense too. So if they drop, they want to close the gap and take it back as soon as they can. Ooh, tricky pull.
Yes, Mook almost trapped a little bit back there. Working it to the sideline, thinking about the deep shot, deciding it against it. Naumov, who's having quite a good game. Grazzini under mountains of pressure, but he rises to them. Plays it down the line comfortably for Wagner. And they keep it moving. That's Watrin.
Ooh, so free, man.
Wegmans, and he pops it into the end zone, but the wind has other ideas and carries it over Meyerhofer.
Too much sauce.
Too much sauce from an Italian. That's quite the comment.
Yeah, I'm for the right amount.
I mean, you really have to get the right amount of sauce.
Yeah,
I'm
on
like
the throw and on the pasta. So.
And on the dance floor.
Oh yeah. I mean, Mikel is the shortest guy on the pitch, but he's getting his defense to work. He's always cutting out with his body.
As we see, there is a timeout. So, obviously, you've been very impressed with Mikel. Hard not to be. He's one of your boys. Anybody else on Mook really standing out to you, showing you that they've got the kind of talent that you would expect to come up against in the quarterfinals, in the pre-quarter games?
Well, I for sure saw Igor Naumov.
As we are going to...
I saw Naumov. Pretty good.
We're just going to shoot you over to an ad and remind you why.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
And welcome back. So just before we went to that ad, I would like to remind you, we're putting this on for free on YouTube. For the love of the sport, we're trying to get it out there, but we can't do it alone. That's why we work with all these different federations across Europe. That's why we work with all these different clubs. ULTI.TV, we also need to work with you. We have a Patreon where you can choose to donate. Go on there, give from £3 more if you want, and we will be able to produce this kind of content. Rather than having a paywall that you and 6 of your friends all share and you get some kind of coverage, this is Ultimate by Ultimate fans for Ultimate fans, and there is no middleman.
It's just incredible, the content and the how much of content they're putting out for free on YouTube, and how much this content is helping the Ultimate community to get to know each other and to see actual games. That it's actually the first step going through like a more professionalism way of approaching the sport. You can visualize, you can study films. I mean, that's one of the first coaching aspect that they teach in any other discipline that it's broadcasted worldwide.
Film study.
Guys, just let's help this great content channel, and let's help the Ultimate community grow, and tune in our Patreon and just subscribe.
ULTI.TV, like, subscribe the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, join us on Patreon. You can't do any of that, that's totally understandable. Just share it to some of your friends. Share the YouTube channel with some people who've maybe never watched Ultimate before. The first game we showed at this tournament is the kind of game that you show to people and they go, this is a cool sport and I want to see more of it. Big time! How is he the one who got that?
Again,
did you teach him the Chapo spring in the step move?
Nice.
Beautiful pop in for the quick score of Wagner with the point.
Are putting in the pressure.
So I was impressed with forward at the start as they were keeping pace for the most part, but I would say Mook they're not streets ahead, but they're around the corner at least.
I mean, they're first of the pool. There's a reason for that.
Yep.
So
Ranelagh chumped it.
That's sad from a Pelt commentator.
Hey, I'm sorry. These are 2 Pelt commentators in the booth right now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Half-breed. Pelt.
You're a bit of a half-cast, yes, with Kuzmin. Then you took Podge back, so that seemed like a fair trade.
Yeah. Great windmill with Pelt.
Oh, what a windmill.
Good memories.
I have a bronze medal in windmill. I played 1 point.
That was just a great tournament, great
Fantastic.
approach.
Windmill is kind of the epitome of one type of European Ultimate. But what we're seeing, I think, develop now, and I'd love to get your take on this, is the other side, the competitive, you know what, we're better than Australians. We can go to World Games and put it up to Americans, Canadians, definitely, Colombians, all these emerging sources of power.
I mean, the last year's Windmill also, because of European team being so good, attract some out of European teams. So, I mean, to me, you hit a soft spot because Windmill was my first tournament in 2011.
Wow. That's got to be tough when your first tournament is the best ultimate tournament in the world. It's the best in the world. It just is. I've talked to people who've gone to like the Hawaii tournament, Camino Classic. Anyone who's been to both says Windmill's better.
Ooh.
And everyone in America's like Camino Classic is the best one.
That's a tough shot. I mean,
I
mean, you can say, yeah, you're in Netherlands, the ultimate community. No, it's just the staff, the organization, the vibe you get in the tournament, and how much can you cherish the ultimate community for how the tournament is set up. But we're back in the game.
As we cherish the ultimate in front of us and the community that surrounds it. As forward taking their time. Now this is a match defense, but one they're kind of poaching a little bit off to try and influence the lanes.
Yeah, wind is picking up. They're trying to close on the downwind side. Little zip with a dump. Again, a lot of disc touched by our guy.
And there you go, 24 throws and the 25th goes wanting.
Yeah, you say, when you touch too much the disc, how we say in Italy, when you touch it too much, then the risk of mistake rise.
AC/DC tried to warn us.
Yeah.
Touch too much. As Mook, I love that goal. Kevin Meyer just, good gravy.
Nice.
Jan Novak, now that was saucy.
That was floating.
Give it to him. Oh, there's the easy pass. That
was mind-boggling.
Jan Novak is putting on a performance in this game. I
mean, it was perfectly timed.
Superman and the catch. You rarely see the catch on those kinds of layout Ds as well.
That's a good defense.
That's top
always
drawer
catch
defense.
the disc.
And a big score because that was to stop Mook, who had possession there to take half 8-4.
Yeah.
It's probably game over.
8-4.
Yeah.
And I guess Mook will start in offense, maybe.
I think Mook started on offense, yeah.
So
Forward got that layout D, and then Grazzini got the layout D down there.
So it's it could have been a 9-4 then.
Difficult times.
Yeah,
but it calls for hard men.
They saved the boat.
Big play by Jan Novak, and somehow he hasn't cracked a rib, so he seems to be holding it together pretty well.
Yeah, he's just getting a bit of warm on the sideline.
An important thing, I've seen so many people with jackets who are playing games, because you have to try and keep that body heat up. You can't allow yourself to get cold. You can't allow yourself to get stiff.
Yeah,
or you're going to get injured.
October in Belgium is pretty mean if you're an ultimate player.
If you're an ultimate player from the southern side of our beautiful continent, I imagine the Swedish are having fine time with it.
Well, also your friend Ranelagh are playing like at home.
We need a bit more rain.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think the more it rains, the better we do.
Oh, look at Grazzini going deep
Big time shot. The little man's up against two tall trees, and he chops him down.
Oh, my God.
Huge grab.
Oh, my God. Michele Grazzini is on fire, like the whole Mook team.
The Mook team are peaking at the perfect moments. Oh.
There's been a call and a team call.
Just if he's in or not.
Okay.
You have to ask yourself, you have two guys of that size. They probably should have boxed out Grazzini there. Too focused on going for the disc?
I mean, I think you don't give him too much credit, too much spring on those calves, so you tend to wait to jump. You always have to try to jump the highest. So.
And Grazzini is there. He knows exactly what his ceiling is, and he's just going to go up there and pluck discs from
That's
it
the
all day.
difference. Jumping higher or jumping more.
As we're going to throw it to, during this timeout, or during halftime, another quick ad reminding you just what we're doing here and how you can help us.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch,
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
and
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond.
And we're back in as the timeout, the halftime, sorry, comes to an end. And let's see if Forward can pull this out. We saw a lot of good layout D. So
A lot of good layout Ds, man. We have seen people try to fly. And this is the thing about flying. It's actually a lot easier than people think. The trick is to throw yourself at the ground and miss.
well, I mean, I was saying that Forward had some good layout D. So I guess they have that quid, that's something more. Quid Latin.
Ooh, yes. Is this one of these Italian phrases?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
go on.
just some Latin slang
Okay,
that we
because quid
use.
means 5 in Irish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's a quid. A
it's
quid.
not,
yeah.
not really great.
Yeah. No, but they show something. They show that they have the layout D. That
They have they have the fota. I listen.
that's a great use of this word, and they can pull this off if the game is close. I mean, they have the grit to pull this off.
I feel like more than grit, because Muck have gotten by on grit for a long time. They've gotten by on like effort, but now they really have talent as well. And it's not just Grazzini, who we're talking about a lot because he has, in fairness to him,
Shown
been
up.
incredibly
Yeah.
impressive, and also very recognizable to us here in the book. Fessenfeld, I think, has done some great stuff. Naumov has had a great grab,
yeah,
a couple
he's
of great assists.
He's solid.
Really,
throughout the
really
game.
solid. Heigmeister has been involved in a few things. And it's really all around the place. They've got great talent on both sides of the disc as well, whereas Forward, most of their talent seems to be on their own line.
Yeah. Again, Dovidis playing the first disc of the point to our man, the
Novak.
Superman. Novak is. Oh,
That was cheeky. Dovitz winds up with it.
yeah, nice.
I love that,
superhero.
though, when the defender is looking just at the handler and you're like, well, I can throw it anywhere. Just, go. It's fine. They're not going to know.
Yeah, we call this superhero in Italy.
Oh.
It's,
Is it a bad thing?
no.
Okay.
Superhero means you want to play in the space behind you.
Ah.
It's a call.
Very cool.
I mean, for junior team.
Rice, another player who's been quite impressive
Yeah.
for quite a long time as well. Pal thinks about sending it deep.
Again.
Horizontal.
Try to get that reset in front of the line.
Big swing from Dovitz. That's the kind of open
Yeah.
play you really want to see.
Davids is just opening the field for a forward every time he gets the disc.
Says Mishen. Mishen's had a couple of great little plays for himself as well. A couple of spicy throws.
Yeah, I think he got a couple of assists. And now back in the game.
He's going to shoot to the nope. Little zip.
Little zip again with the disc. See,
Grap, grap.
oh, he wants to close the game every time he has the disc.
I'm okay with it. Doppelbauer, forgive me, has had a couple of good scores. But that's two. A scooper and then that shot. It's almost like he's gone, all right, that's enough swinging the disc. I'm just going to come down here. Somebody go to the
He
end zone.
just missed, but Lil Zip blinked at us right through the pitch.
You mean hot new artist, Little Zip.
Lil Zip just
Upcoming German trap musician, Little Zip.
Austrian.
Austrian, you're right. He's on
Hey,
board.
hey.
I apologize.
Don't start a new war, man. Austrian can be fierce.
They can. I actually learned recently, and I love this, that there is a comparable relationship between Irish and English people as there is between Austrians and Germans.
For sure.
It's just one of those things you don't realize unless you talk to them a lot.
The whole country of Germany and Austria before was the kingdom of the seven kings.
Principalities?
Yeah,
Princes.
princes.
Yeah.
Princes.
They always have princes in Germany.
Yeah, they had princes that they were talking to the Vatican and they were setting up the rest of the Roman Empire.
Of course, then
What did
Otto
they
von
do?
Bismarck forming a
Yeah.
united Germany.
Yeah, and then Prussia came.
Prussia bringing in Austria, bringing in Alsace-Lorraine.
And
Blood and Iron.
and back to 2021 with the game. Not Prussia, not
Brief little
not
history of
Princip-
Germany's formation.
not
Grazzini with the
princes,
disc. Looks to
yeah.
send it into the middle. It is a zone, kind of. No, it's just a lot of poaching, really.
Oh,
I like that. I
stumbling.
think that was Florian Kind doing a bit of breakdancing. Maybe you can hear little Zips music playing. Big time shot, but lots of hang. It's going to be a battle.
Oh,
Or it's going to be a comfortable box and well taken in
yeah.
for the scorer, Jan Watrin.
Yeah, I think Petan, number 76 from forward, couldn't just get the bid to the disc. Otherwise, it would have been either a foul or a dangerous play. It was coming from behind, from the...
Now, I don't know if you've noticed this, but to me it seemed like a very clean day of Ultimate. In terms of people are really respecting personal safety while still putting up intense plays.
Yeah, I noted that too. I didn't realize it yet, but I guess that you can say that the games are more fluid, more, they have such a flow of them, like spirit-wise. I mean,
But is that because it's the first day of the tournament? Like, do you think it'll be like that on Saturday?
no, I don't think it matters the day.
I think the further into a tournament you get, calls start to pick up. People start to take games more seriously.
For sure. But I think that this is a community effort to go back and just, play.
Which is
After 2
fantastic.
years.
After 2 years, people are just here to play. There is a general sense of just joy and revelry about the whole grounds today.
Also, injured players are just happy to be back with teams and getting to see their old friends from other countries.
In case anyone was wondering why I'm so lucky as to be joined by Chapo in the booth, he did unfortunately suffer an injury. How long ago was it now? A few weeks? A month?
On the 5th of September.
Remembers the date. Remember the time of day?
Yeah. It was on 2:15 p.m.
Oh, that's a high release backhand, and like we were saying earlier,
It's safe
risky
catch.
pass,
And
really well led.
too much sauce. Again, same angle, a different team.
So is that an adrenaline matter where he gets that great catch, he gets to run it down for so long, and then just overshoots Pale in the end zone?
No, I just think it's the wind.
No, fair.
This is the downwind side, and the wind is slightly pushing down that way. You can see by the trees on the background.
Side stack! Side stack!
Ooh,
I love a good side stack.
yeah.
You can't do it too much, but as a set play.
Didn't love this spacing, but the set play came out pretty good.
I mean, it got the disc off the end zone line, which is what
Yeah,
every...
but
Really well done.
Really-
Great feet as well. Immediately called in and shoots it deep because you have to after that kind of a play.
that was
Close.
NFL tiptoe work.
Really great feat by Jonas van Milsvijs. Milsvijski? I apologize for that.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. But unfortunately, it was just a bit too far ahead for Andres Huber to get his fingers around it.
Andreas just touched the disc and just dropped it. It slipped out of his hand.
Majewski. Oh, big time shot. Plenty of float. So
Yeah.
even though he was coming back under, he's got time
There's
to chase
time.
it down.
Oh, we're going to see a layout. Ooh.
Really great
No
defense.
call, good D.
So that's again Milshuski.
Milczewski.
Milczewski. It's a different.
Probably is
CZ
Polish.
has got a particular thing
Polish-
to it that I
Polish,
can't get easily.
Polish.
But he's having himself quite a good point. That deep shot slightly too far, but
I mean,
into the wind.
it
It was
was
nice.
good.
It
It
was
was
nice, you know. If you can get fingers on it, you
Getting
can
on
catch
the
it.
poach, the forward with a junk defense from the set play to stop the MOOC. I mean, it's a good way to work with German teams to stop the set plays.
Yep.
Ooh!
And it
Just
works out for them.
Just a great quick hand by the same poach we were talking about.
And Dovitz, who's been so integral to forwards offense throughout this game, centers it back into the middle. That's Novak, who then
No,
they swing it
so
all
much
the way
work
around.
This disc around.
In hands in Dernshin now.
And nice catch by Palin.
Really good play by forward, showing that they've got plenty of life left. They are far from out of this game. 9-7. And remember, if it wasn't for that unbelievable Superman play, it was almost 8-4.
Yeah.
It was very nearly 8-4.
And could have been 9-4.
10-4 even. Good buddy. But 9-7, I think 9-7 is a good scoreline. You're happy if you see 9-7 and you're either
Yeah.
team.
And you're chasing. So I just guess that this kind of poach junk defense is
It's working to an extent.
it's bringing some havoc between the MOOC set plays. You know,
But that was an O-line. I love it when an O-line throws on a zone.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, clearly we're not the athletic players on the team. Quick, throw a zone. The defense, the D-line will probably mess it up because they're not used to having the disc in their hands.
Yeah, shout out to Fabio Coppi, one of our handler.
Great man.
When we get the turnover in office, always on with Coppi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, too slow. Shout out to Coppi. We love you, man.
Yeah, we do love you. That's another great pelt man.
Yeah,
Great
another
pelt man.
Great pelt man. Kuzbin pelt man. And
What a relationship.
Yeah, with a great pull.
Big time pull. We've seen some fantastic pulls on stream today, centered into the
There
middle
was
and
from
well taken in.
Stankovic, like the soccer player.
Had some stank on it.
Oh,
Holzer.
ooh.
Yeah.
We can close the mic now. That's
We're
good for
done.
Loken for
We're
today.
done. All right, I'm out,
Ooh,
guys.
Nice poaching stuff by
Really
forward.
good.
They're working this poach out. They practice it.
Moving it around to Wagner. Wagner, who has
Ooh.
been very influential in the early stages of the game. A little bit quiet as it's progressed. Centers the middle. Watrin.
For a second, it looked like a Japanese type of defense, like no counting on the disc.
As that was a big time Holzer
Ooh.
shot, trying to find Mayhofer down
That's
there.
foul.
Uncontested foul.
Nice. I thought the disc was a bit too long.
That's a bailout foul right there. Like
You
that was
see?
going to be a turnover, I think.
Yeah.
But it was also a foul. You've just bailed them out.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get it the first time. The Italian is kicking in after 6 o'clock. We started just to talk about pizza and Mamma Mia.
Loving the live commentary. Obviously, I don't speak German, but that's a fantastic score. Who else but Grazzini? He's just so quick.
Yeah,
What do you-
against Grazzini.
It's going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, again, the replay of the foul that bailed them out, as you said. Let's see again.
Bailout
Yeah.
foul.
Yeah, I mean,
He
When
might
you-
have been able to get it,
when you
but
take out the chance,
Mhm.
it's the foul.
It's a foul. No, absolutely it's a foul, but it's a tough one to give away.
Yeah.
So, 10-7.
Yeah, I mean, now forward has to get that one or break to get into the heads of Milk, because, I mean, that was a tough throw. Probably would have been a turnover, but they don't look too tense, too stressed. I
Mm.
mean, they look calm.
They don't seem like they're worried the game is slipping away. And a loss here knocks them out of contention. They're not going any further into the tournament. I'm pretty sure.
Mook, actually, yeah, they don't.
Mook are going for the top. I know forward
Yeah.
lost to Randler
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah. Forward have to step up now.
This is the moment.
Yeah, this is the witching hour.
I'm gonna wait till. Oh, that was cool. If anybody, our camera was focused on the other line, but Ford did a nice little clap thing on their chests. I love synchronized chants like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's good for team building. It's good for people watching at home.
I remember 2011 European Junior. The Belgium junior team was
Big shot from Rice.
Oh,
Looking for
oh my
Novak in the
God.
end zone. Is he going to do something fancy?
Perfect.
No, the throw's too good. Throw's too good. We wanted something fancy.
such a nice flat inside forehand. I mean, that's the type of forehand you want to see leave your wrist.
Every single time. You know when you shoot that and you
glide.
feel it.
You
You're
glide.
like, oh, yeah.
The disc glide through your hand. It's not you don't throw it.
Yes.
You just push it.
It's more like the disc wants to be somewhere
Push
and you're
it.
actually
You push
letting it go.
You're
It's
pushing
just, there you are. You clearly need to be in the end zone in the hands of Novak. Let me just let you.
Yeah, there's a guy in Bologna that hangs around poetry. And actually, one poetry around close to my house is, I spin around and I spin around and I don't know where I go. I'm a Frisbee. And I think it's just great.
One of my favorite poems, If by Rudyard Kipling. Obviously, Rudyard Kipling, terrible man. Just throw that in there really quick. But if you can make a heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. And to me, that is the exact kind of gambler spirit forward need to show now. You've put all this work in. You've got to the European Championships. Put it all in a big bloody heap and risk it. And if it doesn't work out, no worries. You move on and you live with it. Because as long as you commit, you can always carry it.
I'm speechless by the wise wave, just the
Hey, I hide
tsunami
it.
of wise, just wise words just hit me. I got lost throughout the half of the poem. I just played it cool. But I mean,
Any chance to quote
What
poetry?
I-
You said poetry, and I'm like, oh, good. The
I've-
only other thing I like apart from Frisbee.
I thought commentating would have been one of my dream job, but I wasn't ready for that, man.
Oh,
That was
Chopo. I'm just trying to live up to the standard you set.
That
As
was
we
a
see Muck trying to
baptism
live up
for
to
me.
their standard. A
Ooh,
baptism.
again.
That went under the boot. That was so close to a foot block.
Yeah.
As we see Wagner centers
just-
it into the middle.
Just kneel down to catch that.
Mook knocking on the door. Will they get in? Meyerhofer sends it back. Well taken in. And that number 73, Dennis Holzer, has really gotten more and more important as this game is played on. Grazzini with the fancy! He tried to go with the slut drop flick break, but I just don't think the receiver was ready.
We call it conservation rule.
Go on.
And basically, you're doing something for the whole game, like 90% stuff, crazy stuff. Then the rest, it has to be 10%
Yes.
to feel that 100%. You don't
Yep.
have to break the game every single time.
That is some amount of vision,
Ooh,
and then there's the big
ooh,
floaty pass. If this works, this is going to be one of the most beautiful offensive sets I've seen
yes.
all game. What?
Is it out?
No, that. Oh, is it out? That's so unfortunate.
Yeah,
I
I saw
thought Raphael Panic,
I saw it.
calm as you come, had just sent that to the end
Yeah,
zone.
he didn't see the line, and it was, I think, pretty far from the sideline, so he didn't even bother to
Let's
do a
just very
tic-tac.
briefly before, because we'll talk about Muck as soon as they get this back in play. That flick, bladey flick, to just carve open the pitch.
And yeah, looking at the tree, remember that was an upwind throw, so that blade could have just dig a hole in the middle of the pitch.
And instead, it found its way into the hands. Fortunately, a bit of an overshot is now Mook.
Look again with a great spacing. Again, they moved to a side stack to avoid the poaches.
That makes a lot of sense because then they can force them into the one-on-one matchups. Wagner looks for the deep shot, sends it, lots of flow.
The big man has to catch this, but
Big-time defense.
indeed it doesn't.
Forward submitted 4 people as number 0, so that was either Kane, Alude, Victor,
Sandro.
or Sandro. That was Sandro Alude?
We heard go Sandro from the sideline, so
Well, earlier on, Grazzini skied him. So I think that time he came in a lot more aggressive, didn't wait for the disc to sit, attacked it as soon as he could. Learning from his mistakes. So forward now with the chance for a big-time break. This is what we've been talking about. Can they put it all on the line? Sandro.
shout out to Panic before with a great bid. It put some panic into the hanger.
Adrian Ernst sends it down the line. Vict.
I mean, these two teams saw the Hawk game working, and now they are looking for it over and over again. Pickle.
It was a very Hawk-heavy game earlier on. I think as it's progressed a little bit, there have been a few more shorter field turnovers. We've seen a bit more give and go. We certainly see Muck try to work that classic German offense, like you described it as a box, which is a wonderful description of the way they play.
I mean, forward are putting the sticks right into the wheel of Muck, so they change up defense. I think they're still switching up defense as Muck is changing up offense.
Which is what you want. You want that constant evolving battle throughout a game. And it reflects how close this matchup has been. Forward have had 3 bites at the cherry, this being the 3rd, to close it to a 1-point game. They need this break. All of them in the second half. They need this break.
This is a huge chance for anyone tuning in now. This game is at a crucial point.
And it's a big-time moment.
And
The big-time players say, see, this is what I'm talking about. Lots more picks coming into it.
But that said, I think that the pick hole is relies a lot on the tiredness of the
great
game,
point.
of the players. So
The messier the cuts are.
throughout the game, the offense get less clear. You get picks.
That makes an awful lot of sense.
A lot of work has to be on the defender to try to realize if it was a pick or if it was just slalom through some guy because you're poaching.
Yeah.
So
that's always the thing with picks, especially if you do play the poach style of defense.
you need to be fair with the
you have
with
to
the
judge
enemy.
All's fair. He started from the 70s, you know.
Yeah,
he's just rocking
it just moved from braids to the tomahawk, red skin type of.
If you've got it, flaunt it, as my dear old Nan says.
I mean, he has swag.
He does. He's got swag coming out the wazoo.
Yeah.
That's an Australian colloquialism for any Aussie fans we might
Ooh.
have? I know Mike
Ooh.
is that's
That-
come out wrong.
Panic just at a quick. I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm just standing here like, do it, make the
Anyway.
painful pun. I live for them. They give me life, energy, joy, just like top quality Ultimate. Do
Yeah.
you think Mook are starting to feel the heat?
I think I put a bit of a jinx on them as soon as I said them, because
Jinx, who came back and won an unbelievable game in the time slot just before this one against Free Speed Ladies.
Yeah.
Holzer under a lot of pressure. Forward are cranking it up.
Oh
And
my
he's gone
God.
immediately.
Oh my God.
You have to send it to Wicht. It's immediate out
yes.
the hands.
Yes.
That's how you tie up the game.
That's the defense we want. That's the defense.
Danky.
Stosu? Stankovic.
Stankovic.
Sorry.
Miroslav Stankovic.
Stankovic just
Uncorked it. Really
hugged
well
it
weighted.
perfectly for Wicht.
Big time D from Thomas Wicht. You could see he was on his shoulder the whole way. He
It was-
wanted it so
Yeah,
much.
it didn't even have to push too much. I mean, he read the offense. He knew that we're gonna reset the disc because the count was so high.
It seems to me that forward have just somehow taken a step closer on almost every single cut now.
I think that from the roster, from the start, on the paper, forward defense is like stronger. Is a stronger defense. Is putting more pressure than a Mook defense. So I guess that a defense that maybe doesn't convert the point, but put a lot of pressure throughout a whole 90 minutes game, can really bug in your head.
Yeah. If it's a constant nagging thing and
I
every
mean, maybe
single
they don't
time.
work too much on the angle like Mook defense does, but if you feel the breathing on your neck every single time you run down the field at 9-10, and now it's
10-10?
we're 10. Yeah, but I mean, on the previous point, when you're running down the field, it's like almost an hour of game. I mean, you're
It's a long
tired.
time.
You're
You are
tired
tired.
of being chased.
You're tired of having to work, so
Yeah.
god diggity hard all the god diggity time. As we see Mook, can they find the extra energy?
Oh,
Big
nice.
time cut, but
Nice
well peeled
pivoting.
off.
Nice pivoting.
As they're looking to
Always
work
from
amongst themselves.
Naumov.
Down the line, Falkenhausen, or Von Falkenhausen, I should say.
I think actually Naumov is a Russian guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw him. He played in GER for the Russian.
Right.
I think.
Naumov has got some
I don't wanna
fantastic throws.
Don't want to be racist with nickname, with a surname, I mean, but Naumov seems a pretty Russian surname to me.
Fair enough. As beautiful offensive flow from Mook. Great shot into the end zone. I believe that came out of the hands of Holzer and was collected by Thomas Ball for the score. So Mook, respond the way you need to respond. But are they about to go through basically what they did to Ranelagh? Ranelagh were 12-9 up on Mook.
No.
Mook snapped off a 3-point run, similar to the 10-7 run that Ford just did. Then Ranelagh responded and went, all right, fine, you've tied it up. 13-12. We're winning this game. It's 13-12 now. We're just going to carry this home. And Mook went, oh, are you? And snapped off another 3-point run. I would personally love it if the opposite then happened to them now with this forward outfit. And it would make things a little spicy in that group as well.
I mean, this is just a great intense game. And now, more than before, this is the time when win becomes losses and losses become wins.
And that's what Ford are trying to do. A lot of people, even coming into this, I was like, I think Mooker might walk forward. They did not have the start to the tournament they were looking for. But when you get chances like that, they're going to have a break. They're going to have a chance to set themselves up on offense.
I wouldn't want to make forward start from the break. They're a pretty good team when they start from the center of the pitch. They feel the pressure of the sideline, as it should be. But on the center of the pitch, they just look confident.
Well, they've looked comfortable a lot of ways, and one man who's looked comfortable all game long is Leon Dovitz. So important to their offense and just unflappable. Beautiful break to Novak.
The field every single time.
That was some backhand break.
Oh, little zip.
And he's just spreading it around the
Little
pitch.
zip on the offense.
Zerula looking for options, and he finds one in the form of Reese, and Reese gets the quick pop in for the score. That's probably the cleanest their offense has looked, not hucking it all game.
Yeah, I guess Mook tried a different type of defense. They were trying like something a bit poachy zone on the handlers and man on the cutters. Didn't work well.
Dovitz tore it
I mean,
apart.
when you start the set play with a break like this,
Yeah.
if the flow and if the timing is right,
You should score in 5.
yeah.
You should. I mean,
in
like
a
it's
quid.
you see? I'm teaching him Irish. He'll teach me how to cook. It'll all come together.
Yeah, that was pretty racist, but yeah, I can teach you how to cook.
Well, I know you're a good cook.
No.
I'm not saying all
I'm just-
Italians are good cooks.
Yeah, right. Davide is not a good cook.
Is he not?
Davide breaks a spaghetti. That's it. I said it out loud.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You know you didn't cough button that. Like, that's now permanently on record on YouTube for free where anyone could watch it, just like any of the other top quality content
Yes.
that ULTI.TV brings you. And all we ask for in return is, well, your money and your time to watch it, or your joy to share it with the rest of the world. You can support us through Patreon. You can support us on YouTube by liking, subscribing, hitting those buttons like those influencers
Sharing.
are always telling you.
Or you
Sharing.
can just share the hell out of our channel.
Put it on a TV in your office tomorrow during the day and just let it play all day.
Why not? I mean,
Get the love out there as we see Mook trying to lock down and control this game and bring it home for themselves.
you can even mute it, even if
I mean,
you
you shouldn't
lose.
mute it. You
You
shouldn't
shouldn't
mute
mute
it.
it,
You're
but
missing the best
you
part.
can just use as a background.
Holzer with the disc in the background of this Mook offense.
Again, Naumov opening the
Naumov.
pitch.
Is he going to lash? I was hoping he was going to lash it.
Wagner, always open under Wagner. Ooh, that was a big man out there all alone.
Big man's-
Look, forward. They're playing with a deep poach. They
Yes,
don't want.
it's
They
Sandro.
don't want the deep. And now they're getting man to man.
So Vagmans.
Ooh.
Big pressure, but it's not enough. Holzer.
Hartmann telling Remy to stay out of the call. Now we have moving guys from the sideline. It was resolved as an inbound. So
This is the man you'd want in this situation if you're Mook. Holzer, front corner.
Holzer, yeah. Didn't
Turns
look for
down the
that
cut
line.
from Vegmans. I'm surprised by that.
Don't
Oh,
ask
he's
for
under
that.
pressure.
Don't ask for this. Don't ask for the upline.
How did Nomov?
No.
How did he get that to Nomov?
Yeah,
That is not an easy throw.
He's big, but he just thread the needle with his body. Ooh.
And you
That's
see
the thing you
Sandro
don't
immediately take off. He fancies Grazzini sort of forward, but they force it.
That's too much. I mean,
That was their first chance to take the lead since the first point of the game.
so far, this type of tactics work out,
Mm-hmm.
but 11-11.
I think forward have been more adventurous and more varied in their defense, and it has helped them keep pace with a Mook team who probably have the better offense. There's the big time shot,
Ooh, there's a chance for.
but he
team-
can't hang it up because of the poach. He has to
Teams-
go for precision.
Teams are just tired at this point. They just want to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
The mental state of the mind state is, I just want to get over it. I just want to win it. I don't know why my teammates are making mistakes, but then you do one and you say,
Oh, that's why. Yeah,
That's why.
I get it.
because I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking straight. Oh yeah, let's throw that Blady Hawk 60-meter in the top corner upwind.
Never made one before, but I think today this
Today,
is the
to
moment
close
I'll
the
pull it
game-
off.
To
Yeah,
close the game could be a great idea. Ooh!
big
Ooh.
time shot from
Mickey
forward.
Grazzini with the hit. Oh!
Sandro Cooley chests it, throws
Oh.
it from the ground. Grazzini steals it back.
my
This
God.
is end-to-end
Oh
action
my
as here
God.
come Mook.
Oh
Working
my
it,
God.
and they are not slowing down as they attack all the way back again. Wagner,
What?
he doesn't want to send it to Grazzini, unlike everybody watching.
We're gonna go back there. We see the replay. We're gonna talk about it for, I don't know, minutes.
So
You just what did we saw?
So what we saw there was ridiculous. First off, here's the big, you can see the shot, chests it, clap catch, rescues it, falls over, doesn't bother standing up, he's on his knee. Is he proposing? Well, if he is, he just got turned down because Grazzini, the smallest man in the pile, climbs to the top of it, rips that disc down. Quick give and go work. Fantastic stuff. So much action.
I mean, the bubbling catch from Sandro,
Yep.
the not giving up from Michele Grazzini.
Man, that kid's got heart.
I mean, he just dropped the disc.
And not just the not giving up. As soon as he caught it, came down, hat's been taken off him. He just turns and is like, well, they're not ready for us to attack them immediately.
He
So-
just didn't give up.
Didn't give up. There's a lot of fight in that kid.
Look. Ooh. I mean, great effort by Sandro in not calling anything on this, because he just could have stopped the game for a second.
Probably should have.
Breaking his flow, breaking the defense flow, because if there was a call, Michele would have been on a straight run towards the disc.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
And we are back. Just a little spot for the Patreon fans. So this is tense. This is top quality Ultimate in the early stages of the EUCF. So we see Forward deliberating how they're going to go up against this side stack by Mook.
Yeah, they're waiting to see this side stack creating.
So Dennis Hulser, so frequently the tip of the sword for Mook's offense.
He had a big runs downfield all day.
And coming back and playing.
Nice footwork.
Oh, sorry, that was Mayhofer. That's my apologies. To Grazzini. Grazzini is having himself a battle against Elude in the second half of this game. Both of them won it bad. As that one's just behind the intended receiver, Naumov. And Forward looked to hit back straight away. No patience, no waiting. Before Mook are able to pick them up.
Yeah,
Ernst.
I don't know. I saw some poaches. I don't know if this is gonna work out for Mook.
Petan. Stoble in the middle.
Ooh,
Sends
Panic.
it down. Really great grab by Rafael Panic.
My God.
And then
Ooh,
Ernst
it gets tense now.
goes for the outside in arc to the break side, and well caught by Thomas Vick.
Nice. Vic with the calm, quick reaction, stepping back.
Not an easy catch.
Not an easy catch. The win is always tricky.
So that's their first lead of the game. 12-11, Forward's first lead of the game against Mook, who I will remind you are the top of their group.
Imagine taking a lead after 1 hour and 15 minutes, almost.
Close enough, yeah. Most of the game's done.
That's dedication.
That's focus and never giving up. You're entirely right, Choppa.
But, I mean, Mook just didn't give up. They're fighting. It's just that Forward came out pretty strong, and they're not just willing to give up.
I think Forward are getting better. They've had more looks on the defensive end. They've had more different variations. Some of them I've really loved. I like the way they started throwing the deep poach down. I like the way they tried to switch it up between who was marking the handlers, trying out different people on different ones. The move of Sandro Elude onto Grazzini. Grazzini still had a couple of fantastic highlight plays, but he was running the show in the first half. And since Sandro's gone on him, he's had a much tougher time.
Well, I mean, these tough matchups are throughout all the pitch. We can focus on Grazzini now and Sandro because they made amazing plays.
Some big time
but
plays.
There are matchups all around the pitches between handlers, between the so-called middle and the cutters. I mean, it's an intense game because I think that the level is maybe by tiredness or by being more sharp than the other team is almost at the same intensity now. They're like two boxers exchanging punches without the guard up just to see who's the first one that's going to go down. It's going to be knocked out.
They're just throwing haymakers at this point.
Yeah, and remember that Mook can just say, okay.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. They have the lowest stake coming into this game out of all of the teams in their group. A couple of teams frantically hoping. I would say Ranelagh are probably hoping Mook will win this, so they don't have to worry too much. But they did beat Forward fairly convincingly. So
yeah, Ranelagh are always good to see playing, I guess, because they're a quick, energetic team.
They like working the break side.
Yeah.
As right now we see almost immediately there's the call for the deep shot, and there it goes up. They try to read it out. Alude can't get there in time. Holzer has the disc.
Super nice.
Pops it to Smith for the score. That's how you equalize.
The hack was horrible, but it was functional.
Just like me in the bedroom.
I mean, turning this page.
It worked.
It worked.
It was a great peel off on the defensive effort by Sandro Alude.
It was an horrible hack because he pictured it completely different in his mind. For sure, he's going to agree with me. It was an horrible hack, but it worked because it stayed on. He had a nice spin on it because remember, it's all about the spin.
All about it.
If you spin the disc,
it'll sit.
Either if it's half a meter up, it's going to glide through the air. Doesn't matter. And they just didn't give up. Number 19, I guess, from Mook. Yeah,
Mayhofer
just.
It was Smith who got the pop in off of Dennis Holzer, who made the deep shot.
Yeah, Holzer.
I love that. Look, it was clearly a set play, though. You know, Holzer caught it, popped it into the middle, and then just boom, took off.
It's called the monster in Italian. It's called the monster.
I'm a big fan of that play. Dovitz.
Nice spacing with the whole stack moving to the side.
Trying to get it open, and there's a big-time shot all the way to the end zone. Reese gets the score, Novak setting him up, and that's 13-12. We're getting into the closing rounds.
Defense are getting loose. Tiredness is picking up. And now it depends on who has more aces in the sleeve.
So you think there's still more tricks to play?
I mean, now it's all about tricks.
Really? I would always think it's about fundamentals when you get into this stage of the game.
Yeah, but fundamental gets tricky. Towards the end.
It's tricky to rock a rhyme. To rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky at the end of the game. It's tricky.
It's tricky.
Here we go. 13-12.
13-12, and we're getting pretty dizzy inside the tent, so
it's been a long day for everyone. Okay, the
the
defense is getting looser, the commentary is getting looser. I went from quoting poetry to quoting rap. Soon enough I'll just be quoting myself.
Zip.
Oh, Little Zip.
We're gonna
You got any bars for us, Little Zip? Okay, you need to come and do that on the mic. If you guys win, will you do that afterwards?
Okay.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't. We don't want to get. Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah, okay.
That was very impressive, though. That was legitimately very impressive in
so
double time. As
no
Mook.
joke.
No, he's actually quite good. As much as we've been making fun of him for it. As Naumov,
Naumov,
the Russian, taking his time. Maybe Russian. Yes, you're right.
We don't want to offend anyone.
We certainly don't.
Okay, Michele Grazzini working his way in the front of the stack. Naumov again, big body.
Lots of pressure on the defensive end, but he's able to escape Petan that time.
Ooh, very risky throw. That was perfect.
So why do you think that was risky?
Never throw on the same third of the pitch.
I would say never huck on the same third of the pitch.
Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about hucks.
Jan Watrin getting the score.
And the thing is that now, as this thing is pretty crazy to do for a basic way of ultimate, teams are picking this tactic up. So a lot of Clapham and also bad skid games, they work this type of offense where one handler goes back for the dump, doesn't get it, come up line, then start running up line. Then another handler comes in, does the same cut, take the upline, and then throws to the guy that before ran. Because when you go to the break side, to the open side, and you go away from the disc, defense just is right behind you. They don't see the disc. But the fact that this throw is super, super difficult.
It's a very difficult throw.
You miss by a 1 degree of angle, 1 inch more spin, and it's done. Forward, back to the game.
As we're watching this game turn into a battle of inches.
Yeah,
middle of the pitch.
Mook goes with the zone, and it works out with a drop.
Difficult turn for forward to give up at 13-all. Mook looking to seize control of this game and put themselves within touching distance
tough spot
of another victory.
Tough spot, Mark.
High stall count. He's got to put something up. Little tip,
Ooh,
unbelievable stuff. Great defense, but they worked their way out of it.
Just thread the needle.
They get it back. Schneider back into the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, this time can reset it pretty quickly.
Meyer. And it's showing you the real depth of this side, because these are full use of their squad. Beautiful backhand all the way across, and he hops it in. Are they going to call that score, Sebastian Philipp?
Yes, in.
That's a rough one for forward to give up.
That's what you want. The little footwork that allows you to not make that extra pass. Yeah.
Very smart.
Very not that graceful, we can say, when sometimes players.
It can be a little awkward.
Yeah, awkward, but really
effective.
Really effective.
Again, like me in the bedroom. So, Mook take control of the game. 14-13. Now they just need one more point. They're going to go for a break. Do you think they get a break, or do you think we get a tasty universe?
I think I don't want to root against Mickey or people, but I think there may be in a universe. But still, Mook don't care too much about this game, as Pippo Simonazzi is glazing his black eyes at me.
He's did you say black eyes? What is he, a shark?
Yeah, his brown eyes.
Oh, well, he's quite a charming man. It's hard
yeah,
not to
you
get
can
lost
see
in those
Pippo
eyes.
Simonazzi, but he's one of the most amazing and a handsome guy in Italy.
Grazzini's not too far behind him.
Yeah, Grazzini always walking down.
We should also talk. There's plenty of handsome people who are German too. Strutting, yes.
Yeah, Michele Grazzini was strutting down the sideline.
So Mook looking to end this here. When I was watching the Ranelagh game, it was a similar situation, 14-13, and I thought, okay, we're going to universe, and Mook just got the turn and punched it in. As they're going to do it maybe once more. Nomov, huge pressure. Great swarm by forward to not allow the quick score.
I mean, Mook are put on a good line for this last point, so they want to put this in.
Meyerhofer centers it back into the middle of the pitch, and who else but Holzer?
Poach.
Back to Meyerhofer. Those two have been running this offense all game long.
Let's see.
Holzer.
Nice.
And this is just classic German end zone offense.
Good job.
Shot over the top, and that's game comfortably in the hands of Thomas Brettschneider.
You see how clever they were. They just bounced off the downwind side, and they say, just let's get out of here, go to the upwind side, because that sideline close to us was the cemetery of Chernobyl.
No bueno. You're totally right. They just got to bounce with me. Just bounce with me. Now ride with me. Now ride with me. And they have rode to the top of their group. Incredibly impressive performance by Mook. Heartbreaking for forward when they fought so hard to come back and take the lead at 11-10.
I mean, they could have just played a classic normal game without playing art, but that's what they want to send to other teams, the message they want to send.
I mean, you haven't played in 2 years. You're at the highest standard European tournament there is. You've got to go all out. Otherwise, why even bother coming?
I mean, guys, this was just a great game.
Great times. And we've got so many more great games to come over the next 3 days and even today. As coming up next,
there is another great game. We have
the women, Jaka, going up against Heidelbergen. So that's going to be a fantastic one with Stefan Rapazzo and Hannah Pendlebury, two of my favorite people in the booth.
Too.
Lots of energy, lots of knowledge as well. That's going to be a fantastic one. You know who else is one of my favorite people? Fabio Coppi. He's just a good guy.
Yeah. Fabio
also, Giovanni Stantucci.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us here.
And we're closing by saying that Fabio Coppi is getting married.
Well, congratulations to whoever it is marrying you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to our Patreon at 7 o'clock, where you can tune in again on our channel to see Heidelbergen against Jaka, the French championship.
And we'll see you then.
Yeah.
ULTI.TV